Welcome to VMAC's instructional video series. This video, in conjunction with your owner's manual, will demonstrate how to perform the 400-hour service for your VMAC air compressor system. This incorporates the 200-hour service. Though the content of the video is generalized for all VMAC air compressor systems, this particular video was created using the V900-113 air compressor system on the 2011 GM 6.6-liter Duramax V8 diesel. You will find variations between air compressor systems, so it is best to refer to the owner's manual that accompanies your system if you require clarification or have questions specific to your system. Replacing the oil filter and changing the compressor oil. If the system has just been operated, shut off the engine and wait at least 30 seconds for the air pressure to vent before working on the system. First, clean the area around the tank and filter to prevent contamination. Next, remove the drain plug and drain the oil into a container large enough to hold at least 5 liters or 1.32 US gallons for the VR70 and 9 liters or 2.38 US gallons for the VR150. While the oil is draining, which can take 5 to 10 minutes, unpack your service kit and inspect carefully to ensure all parts are ready for use. The service kit includes an instruction sheet with a diagram showing all included parts. Replace the O-ring on the drain plug you have just removed. Install and tighten the plug with the new O-ring. In order to gain access to the filter, depending on the model, remove the return line, not the pipe connectors, from the tank. Remove the filter by turning it counterclockwise. Before discarding the filter, check to make sure that the threaded nipple did not unscrew with the filter. If the nipple is in the filter, remove it carefully to avoid thread damage and replace it in the tank housing. To install the oil nipple, use blue Loctite on the tank end of the threads only. Do not allow Loctite to come in contact with the oil filter. Install the short end of the oil filter nipple into the tank, measuring to the end of the oil filter dimple from the punched dimple or raised shoulder, depending on your kit model year. Check the gasket sealing surface on the front of the tank for contamination, old gasket material, or damage. Apply a thin coating of compressor oil to the filter sealing gasket, and, to prevent spillage, fill the filter only half full with VMAC compressor oil. Spin the filter onto the threaded nipple until the gasket contacts the sealing surface on the tank. Then tighten the filter an additional 3/4 to 1 turn to seat the sealing gasket. See instructions on the filter. Changing the coalescing filter. For ease of demonstration, we will show the tank on the workbench. In some applications, you may have to remove the tank from the frame and lower the back end to access the back of the tank. Clean the back of the tank to prevent contamination. Disconnect the air outlet line, 3/16" and 1/4" lines from the back of the tank. Older systems may have a different style hose and different sized scavenge and full pressure signal lines. Remove the bolts holding the discharge cap from the back of the tank and remove the cap. Remove and discard the rear cap seal, O-ring, and small compression spring. Remove the coalescing filter with the wave spring attached from inside the tank. On the VR150, the large coil spring and spring plate take the place of the wave spring. On older VR70 systems, remove and discard the large coil spring. Remove the thimble screen and clean the discharge cap. Wipe out the inside of the tank. Install a new O-ring and rear cap seal. If the O-ring is slightly too small to fit the groove properly, gently stretch the O-ring once or twice and retry. Repeat until the O-ring fits correctly. Clean or replace the thimble screen spring. Older systems may have a different thimble screen configuration. Ensure the wave spring is attached to the coalescing filter. Install the new coalescing filter. Make sure that the spring is in place as it holds the filter tight against the rear cap seal. Older systems will use a coil spring, similar to the VR150, instead of a wave spring. Simply remove the coil spring and replace with the new wave spring. With the new rear cap seal replaced, install the discharge cap. Torque the bolts to specifications. Install the lines on the back of the tank. Replacing the compressor oil. Clean loose debris from the area around the compressor and the filter cover to prevent contamination entering the compressor. Remove the oil fill plug from the air inlet control valve and using a funnel, pour VMAC compressor oil into the oil filler hole on the inlet control valve. Turn the compressor clutch clockwise to speed the fill process. Allow 5 minutes for the oil to drain into the tank, and then check the level at the sight glass at the front of the tank. Continue adding oil until the correct level is reached. Install the oil fill plug in the inlet control valve and tighten it securely. Place the transmission in neutral or the automatic transmission in park and fully apply the park brake. Start the engine and allow it to reach operating temperature. Press the on button on the control box. Allow the system to pressurize and return to preset base idle speed. Press the off button on the control box. Allow the system to settle for 5 minutes and then check the oil level through the sight glass. The level must be between the minimum and maximum level indicators. Check for oil leaks. Replacing the air filter. If the system has just been operated, shut off the engine and wait at least 30 seconds for the air pressure to vent before working on the system. Clean loose debris from the area around the compressor and the filter cover to prevent contamination entering the compressor. Remove the filter cover retaining nut, the filter cover, and the filter element. Immediately cover the air inlet opening by masking with tape or with a clean cloth to prevent contamination. Do not use compressed air or perform any other tasks around the compressor until the filter and cover are replaced. To help the filter element fit correctly, firmly squeeze to reshape to match the oval air filter cover. Remove the cloth or masking and install a new air filter. Replace the cover and secure it with the cover bolt. Do not over-tighten the bolt. Thank you for watching Servicing Your VMAC Air Compressor. For questions, please visit our website at www.vmacair.com.